Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Jack Shepherd, and this is Carnivore Better Life. So, guys, today we're gonna be watching probably one of the best starting videos that I found when I was starting out carnivore diet. This video is Legion of Men reacting to Aaron Edwards' video about switching from vegan to carnivore diet, and it's a really good video. He has a lot of input to a video that we have already talked about, and we're gonna listen to what he has to say about what he did once he got to the 6 months of his carnivore diet, and we're gonna talk about some of the things that he found on his carnivore diet. So this is going to be very interesting because there's a lot of good points here that I really wanna hit on. So this is gonna be quite good. The full video is down in the comment section down below, so you can always find it down there if you want to watch the full video. Please do go give him a like because it's an awesome dude, and his videos are really good. I usually watch his content for like political or like dating advice. But do check it out, guys. It's pretty awesome. And I hope you guys enjoy the clips that I have for you. We'll talk about about it after the video.
This is a perfect episode to segue into. Dump it into someone's food. That's where it's gonna go. We have Aaron Edwards, 6 months on beef. So let's see what happens when you basically cook for yourself. Hopefully this man cooks for himself. Please tell me he cooks for himself.
It's a special day.
So this is carnivore diet results, and then I'll juxtaposition with what it was like for me when I was vegan, and also when I went carnivore, full carnivore as well. Let's see.
Today is 6 months to the day since I renounced my plant-munching past in favor of eating all the meat I could get my hands on. This is what happened.
Holy shit. Oh, wow, dude. This is him on his vegan diet. 110 pounds. He looks way better on just diet. Wow.
And I achieved this monstrous transformation, eating virtually nothing but beef for the last 6 months. And I have never been so satisfied in my entire life. Okay, but fancy videos aside, let's get to it, all right? I've been eating a carnivore diet for 6 months now, and it's entirely revolutionized my life. I have, well, you saw the video. I went from a very bad state to feeling better than I have in years. And in this video, I wanna talk about it. I wanna cover all the different nuances, talk about some of the different pros and cons I've experienced, share some of the context of how I maneuvered this diet for 6 months, talk about the improvements I've noticed physically, mentally, spiritually. I'm gonna share my blood work. I have some, black and white facts of the
Wow.
physiological changes that have occurred in
Doubled his testosterone. There you go.
my body, as well as I think just answer some of the frequently asked questions that I get. So that's what you're gonna get in this video.
And Miss Fyro, your body makes testosterone from cholesterol. They never mention it. They never do, brother. They never do. Thanks again, David.
Do I think you're gonna go to hell if you eat a vegetable? Absolutely not. Do I believe that humans are hypercarnivores and that if we get most of our calories from meat-based sources, we will be healthiest? Yes, I do believe it. However, you're welcome to disagree, but nonetheless, this is my experience.
Eat meat, eat fruits. Everything else should be a distant second to that. Meat and fruits. Meat and fruits. You should be eating meat and fruits. Veggies, legumes, all that shit is a distant second. Your body rejects them anyway. Kids hate vegetables from the get-go. They crave fruits and they crave meat. That's what we naturally want to be eating. And you would avoid a ton of problems that way. Yeah, dude, that's my all-time favorite meal, and that's steak, eggs, berries. Fuck, is that not the greatest meal ever? As far as carbs go, guys, essentially what you want to do is eat carbs in the amount of your turnover for the day. So for example, if you're burning every day 400 grams worth of carbs, you should strive to be eating around 400 grams of carbs. Eat the carbs for the day and you will feel really good. Carbs are the immediate fuel source your body prefers to use in the moment and during explosive, exercises. But you should be only eating them for that day. People are overeating carbs is what the issue is. People are eating carbs for the fucking week, dude. You're stuffing your gullet with a huge ass pizza that could power your body for the next 4 days. And then you keep doing it every day and you're not burning it. And then it gets stored as fat. And then they're like, why the fuck do I feel like shit? Why do I have brain fog? Why can't I remember anything? Why am I getting bad sleep? Why is my skin looking like shit? Because you're eating like shit. What the carnivore diet does to people is essentially forces you to not only just eat clean because it's so limiting, but two, it stops you from absolutely overeating carbs because there are no carbs on the carnivore diet. You're switching into ketosis. Your body's learning to use a more longer, stable form of energy, keto. So you're going to either drop a lot of weight or completely see a body comp change like he did. I recommend everybody try it at least once. I did, and I started to see what my body prefers. And then you start to reintroduce carbs. I did 6 months of pure carnivore, straight up, nothing but steaks. And when I first got a pack of raspberries, I could not believe how insulin sensitive I was. It was like electricity was running through my veins. The amount of energy just a small bowl of raspberries gave me compared to everybody today where they're so stuffed with carbs and they're so dulled. Their insulin sensitivity is non-existent. They're practically pre-diabetics walking around. It's wild, man. You could eat carbs, you could eat a bowl of fruit and feel nothing, but all you feel is tired. Like, I just ate a ton of food. Why am I so sleepy? Yeah, that's your insulin sensitivity.
Better part of the last decade, I was really unwell. I suffered with really bad gut inflammation disease. I basically had diarrhea. I did. I had diarrhea every day for about 6 years.
That's one thing that you'll experience going to carnivore diet because you're not filling your stomach up with absolute trash like fibers that are not ever digested. You will have diarrhea in the beginning. I did. I'm just going straight to pure meat, especially when you start cooking in tallow. So you start to eat super fatty and your body just is going through a process of getting used to digesting that. Once you get past the period of having diarrhea and irregular bowel movements, it becomes extremely regular and extremely efficient. Like you're not going to be pooping all day 3 times a day anymore because your body's utilizing all the meat you're eating. And when you do, you get absolutely like perfections. Perfect. Nothing when you wipe. And by the way, bloating goes away completely. You'll never have a problem with bloating either when you're eating on this carnivore diet, simply because of, again, your body's used to, you're going to be feeding your body one sort of food. Bloating usually comes from eating a lot of different things all at once. You're mixing too many different types of foods, and then that causes gases and incontinence and all this stuff in your body, in your stomach specifically. And, people have sometimes immune sensitivities to certain foods that they don't even know they do. And you get gas and bloat and all this stuff. Yeah. And then someone says, anyone who tells you not to eat quality vegetables as part of a balanced lifestyle shouldn't be giving advice on nutrition. Micronutrients are a thing. And that's basically what an NPC sounds like, because vegetables are some of the worst for micronutrients. The absorption rate of vegetables is absolute trash. You need to eat them by the pounds to get the similar amount of micronutrients you could get from like a couple ounces of liver or muscle meat. It's like eating vegetables for their equivalent in meat is an absolute joke when it comes to micronutrients. That's what an NPC sounds like who's been sold the shit by the FDA. That's not regulated at all. The revolving door. Yeah.
Ago. Just before I started this carnivore diet, the one thing I did that was incredible, which also led me to be so skinny, was I did a 22-day water fast. And that was by far the best thing I've ever done for my health.
What?
It's incredible. The chance for your body.
I do not recommend a 22-day water fast at all, by the way. Fuck that, dude. Just jump into the carnivore diet. If you want to fast, more than 3 days is not needed, honestly. Fasting has its benefits, Ramadan, all that stuff. There's a reason all religions told people to fast. It does clean your body out. Autophagy, is that what it was called again? Where all your weakest cells are essentially destroyed by the body and only the strong ones are left. So yeah, there's like scientifically, there's a slew of studies that show how good fasting is, but fasting for multiple days like this is not really needed. 22 is very extreme. For people asking about breads and pasta and all that shit, you got to think of it like this, man. Back in the days, like the reason we make bread, the reason people eat potatoes and shit like that, it's for poor people. It's to feed poor populations. Like nobody with any money in the history of humanity buys fucking bread, buys potatoes and all this shit. They eat meat, they eat fruits, they eat honey. That's what they're eating. Everything else was like feast or famine level mentality. Like during hard times, winter and shit, you busted out the fucking bread, you busted out the potatoes, you busted out the shit that has very little in terms of micronutrients, not nutritious food. That shit is for poor people to stay alive during hard times, which most of the time was hard for poor people because they're poor. Why the fuck would you want to eat a tuber when you have money and you could afford meat? Makes no sense. I'm just being real. Give me fruits. Give me heat. Give me meat, dude. I'm not trying to eat fucking bread. Same shit with oats and rice and all that other shit. It's the same thing. Grains are fed to animals to fatten them up right before the slaughter. Why the fuck would you as a human being eat grains? What in the world, dude? Oh my God. When I was doing the whole vegan thing and I was meal prepping and eating a week ahead, I was heavy on the tofu, heavy on the soy, heavy on the seitan. I loved Beyond Burgers. I was doing everything I could to stick to that vegan diet, and I was eating hard on quinoa. Rice, quinoa, and a ton of veggies, dude. I had like a rainbow colored plate. I was going in. I would love to have my oats with chocolate in the morning and my oat milk or whatever the fuck I was trying to eat. And it was garbage, dude. I was gaining weight. As the heaviest I ever weighed, like 220 something pounds, but horrendous. I was feeling like shit. No energy. Skin was starting to look like shit. Body was just breaking down on me. And it felt great in the beginning. Like everybody reports like, wow, dude. On top of that, you know, mentally you're like zoned in, ready to go. Fuck yeah, I'm taking control of my diet. I'm eating so healthy. This is going to be amazing for me. And coming off the standard American diet, like when you eliminate bread, pasta, ton of sugar, you know, just by nature of eating vegan, obviously you're going to feel good, but in the long term, you start to feel like shit. You're not getting the right micronutrients. And I was doing everything to the T. I had my supplements, everything. I don't half-ass anything I do. And still started feeling like shit. Still something was off. And this was months into the diet. It's not like you feel this right away. It takes a while for you to start adjusting and understanding how your body works under this kind of diet. And it's absolute dog shit. And everybody that has ever done the vegan thing that I've spoken to says the same thing. It's a dog shit diet I bought into because of probably some documentary they watched or convinced by some friends, or they were just misinformed in general. And then they go back into eating meat or reintroducing meat. And then they start to feel amazing again. How many vegan influencers were caught eating meat or had started having problems, women especially, with like, what was it? Their periods were becoming irregular, weren't getting periods at all, or started cramping really bad, or other issues that were, you know, essentially, I could say, unique to women. Men had their own issues that they were dealing with that were unique to men, but it was most pronounced in women because they have cycles and it would screw up their cycles. And when they started eating meat again, all of a sudden their hormonal profile and their cycle started becoming regular again. So this shit is garbage, dude. Veganism is a garbage fucking diet. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't give a fuck what the science says about veganism, and I'm not eating fucking vegetables. I don't have a fourth fucking chamber in my stomach like a cow to help me digest all these hard plant fibers to extract the small amounts of micronutrients that a plant fucking has anyway. No thanks, bro. We've been hunting animals. I'm going to fucking eat meat. The healthiest meat, for people asking what kinds of meat, you need to be eating ruminating animals first and foremost, which is beef is one of them. Think like goats, anyways, ruminating animals. Sorry, I got distracted by someone in the chat. But essentially, they have the extra chamber in their stomach. What tends to happen is that if they eat pesticide-laced food, the extra chamber in their stomach helps them pass that through their gut and excrete it, unlike, say, chickens or pigs or any other type of meat that you could be eating. Even fish is laced with heavy metals, but non-ruminating animals tend to store pesticides from their environment that they're exposed to in their fat, in the meat. So when you eat those, you're uptaking, kind of like how a big fish is very concentrated with heavy metals because it eats smaller fish that are laced with heavy metals, which is eating an even smaller fish laced with some heavy metals, and it concentrates up the food chain. That tends to happen to non-ruminating animals too. which is what's happening to you. So you're concentrating your body by eating that kind of meat over and over and over again. So this is why they recommend animals with specialized chambers in their stomach that helps them pass these poisons out. So yeah, I recommend things like bison, any type of deer, goats, and sheep. Amazing meat. Someone said we're omnivores. Eat accordingly. Meat, veggies, fruits. Just curious, what veggies do we eat as omnivores naturally in nature? Like, what are we chewing on here? Just curious that you don't process with fire. Can anybody give me vegetables that we search for naturally? I know we use plants for medicine. I know plants are used for medicine. Like we mix roots, we mix leaves, we mix parts of plants to make actual medicine, but that's not a food. Cucumbers, that's a fruit. They have seeds. So again, a lot of the stuff people are meant like leafy greens. Like what human being, again, guys, think about it this naturally, like hunter-gatherer. What fucking human goes and eats a leaf as opposed to a fruit or a part of an animal or honey? Think about it. Someone fucking said corn. You can't eat corn without processing it. Shit is crazy, dude. Think about it. Like a tree or a plant evolved fruits, a fruiting thing specifically for animals to eat, to pass in poop, to grow the next plant, right? Now, what do you think that plant thinks, or that rooting bush, about you eating its leaves or its roots or any other part that's not fruiting? Do you think it would evolve some defensive chemicals to stop animals from killing it?
My hair is growing back thicker. It was getting really thin. I had long hair before, but it was very thin for
Balding bros might want to try the carnivore diet.
those last few plant-based years. My gums, this has been a huge factor. If you look at my teeth, I have nice teeth. I don't mind saying it. I've never had braces. I was born and developed good teeth, and I take a lot of pride in them. But when I was eating plants, I ended up, I guess, having a lot of acidity in my diet. And some evenings I'd be brushing my teeth and my gums would have receded so far that I would get into the root. Oh, it was painful. And I was really concerned. I was like, geez, I'm 30 years old and my teeth are already degenerating. I'm happy to say that's completely gone. I can brush my teeth as hard as I want. Not that I do that, but I brush my teeth and my gums have fully come back. My teeth are very healthy. So that's another benefit.
Again, another one that's lost. So I could see your point for powerlifters or fighters. Oh no, you're right. Carbs for endurance sports. I mean, people do them, but yeah, some of the best ultra marathon runners are on basically keto. Like that one dude, he's a small guy. Forgot his name, but he eats one steak before his ultra marathon, and that's it. He doesn't have to constantly like suck on those carb drinks or gels. Yeah, but you're right.
List of ways, right? That's physical. Now let's talk about the mental improvements.
Zach Bitter. Yeah, Zach Bitter is his name. Look him up, dude. He runs his ultra marathons on straight up meat, and he was one of the earlier ones that figured out like, hey, constantly having to suck down these carb drinks just to maintain energy levels isn't ideal. So he switches into straight up fucking fat for long energy, because you don't need carbs to run endurance. Like it's endurance. You need long, slow energy. Carbs are for explosive, short-term stuff. Yeah, we got the gist of this. It says, see if we got some good comments. I reached my 6-month mark as well. The changes have been absolutely remarkable. When you say that this WOE makes you feel like more of a man, I had to smile because this WOE makes me feel like more of a woman in ways I can't really put into words. I still have more metabolic and hormonal healing to do, but I'm completely amazed at my progress. As an ex-vegan for 7 years, I agree with everything you've said. It's wild, man. Until you do it for yourself, you won't know. Highly recommend it. Way of eating. Way of eating. Is that what it is? Yeah, women benefit dramatically from this kind of diet when it comes to hormones in their cycles. It's crazy.
Welcome back, guys. All right, so that was a great video, man. I like that he just like plainly comes out and says that like he was on a vegan diet before and it was a dog shit diet. Definitely not for him. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, but first I do want to say that this video was actually a video that I found earlier. I had kind of forgotten about it because it's a reaction video to a video that we also reviewed, right? And I think it's one of the 5 videos that actually made me decide to become a carnivore and do a carnivore diet. It is very good because it kind of doubles down on the same fact as like both of them were vegans and then switched to a carnivore diet, and they started doing way better, like way better. So this is quite interesting, and it kind of shows also in the comment section that it's like, yeah, a lot of people had the same experience as these two guys had, or they had like maybe they came from the different place where I came from the Western diet, and then they had way better experiences with a carnivore diet. It's essentially it cured almost any ailments they had from a bad diet. So first, let's talk about the transformation. Like I said last time, we talked about Aaron Edwards' video. The transformation is insane. He went from 110 lips, which is 49 kilograms, to 150 lips, which is 68 kilograms. So that is very good. Like, and when you look at him, you can see that he gained muscle mass and he gained probably bone density and a bunch of other stuff. He didn't gain a single kilogram or pound of fat. He just gained a lot of muscle, and he kept his lean form, right? Which is what you want as a guy, at least. I mean, as a woman too, I guess. But you know, as a person, you want to be lean, and you want to be healthy. And his skin got better, and his hair got better, and his teeth got better, even that. So yeah, it's kind of one of the things that I didn't talk about last time when we reviewed his video. But yeah, the teeth thing is actually a big thing for me, especially because I had like cavities, and I had like the skin around my teeth. I don't have the amazing teeth as he has. Mine are pretty strong, but they're not like aligned as nicely. But I had the same issue where I would like brush my teeth and everything would bleed, and everything came back to where it's supposed to be, and then like my teeth don't bleed anymore at all, and I don't hurt anymore either. So it's become way better. So I can definitely see what he's talking about right there. It's not going to be the same for everybody, because not everybody has that issue. But if you have been consuming a lot of sugars like I did before, you're probably going to have that issue, and it's going to get way better. And it's going to get way better fast too. Like, it doesn't take more than a few weeks and your teeth are going to start like regenerating it's themselves, or not your teeth, but the skin around your teeth, I guess. So yeah, definitely a good thing. So his transformation was quite insane, and you can see it on Bo's reaction too. Sorry, Legion of Men. His name is Bo, but yeah, you can see it on Bo's reaction that was definitely, that's wild to see, right? And that's also what caught me when I saw that the first time, because there's a lot of vegan content creators who are like super thin, super small, and they look like skeletons essentially. They have nothing on their body and they're losing their hair and all that. When it comes to the hair part of it, my hair has also gotten way better. It's gotten way more dense, or like yeah, it's I need to go more often to the barber or whatever it's called, like getting my hair cut and all that. So yeah, I'm definitely I have to get used to that even more now than before. And once we get into summertime here, where I also get more sunlight, it's gonna be kind of wild. So yeah, my hair is definitely doing better. My nails too. My nails are also growing more, and they're also very much stronger. So that's another thing that I've noticed. I don't break my nails on anything anymore. Like, yeah, just the annoying thing when you like pull something and you like accidentally break a nail or some shit, and you're like, god damn it. It doesn't happen anymore. Not as often, at least. So that's pretty nice. And they grow faster, so you have to cut them more, which is maybe not a positive, but you know, it is what it is. So a thing that I really want to talk about here that's very important is testosterone. I'm gonna try to learn to say that word. I've been like repeating it 25 times, but I'm still having issues with it. Testosterone. There we go. His testosterone doubled while he was on when he went to the carnivore diet over the 6 months that he's doing it. It's actually only 4 months, because he took the test a little bit early, and he didn't get a new one because it's very expensive, as he explains in the video. And the thing that people don't tell us is that like cholesterol helps your testosterone production in your body. So as a man, and as a woman too, I guess, those hormones are really important, and they help stabilize your body. the thing that they do most is that they make sure that your metabolism is actually good, and they help build cell structures, so your cells don't get defective in the same way when you actually have enough when you have enough cholesterol in your body. So it's very important for your body because it's part of the building mechanisms in your body. So without it, you're not gonna be able to build and repair your body at the same rate as you normally would on a carnivore diet. So yeah, that's very important. And then also, cholesterol makes testosterone. Testosterone. There we go. Testosterone. And it's so important for the body that you just can't deny that that's part of the main thing. That's a big plus that's a big plus for the carnivore diet. So yeah, I just think that's very important to really notice that it's like part of our physiology that we need cholesterol to actually function. So cutting down cholesterol is very dangerous for your body, and there's a lot of things there that needs to be researched, and that's definitely something we need to do. But yeah, essentially cholesterol is not bad for you. I don't think so. There's probably an upper limit, like anything. If you get too much of anything, of course it can be bad for you, but I think our body can more or less automatically regulate cholesterol. So I don't think we need to worry too much about it. Correct. Now, I'm not a doctor. I just need to be very sure to say this. I kind of forgot to say it in the beginning here, but I'm not a doctor and I don't have any medical experience at all. I just know what I read and what I see from other people, and what I've tested on my own body. And for me, cholesterol is very important because it keeps my body balanced, and it keeps me on the right track. Makes my body work way better. So I think it's super important, and also like it helps with the testosterone a lot. And testosterone is very important for my body at least, and for me personally, because it like helps everything. It gives me motivation, it gives me strength, it gives me it makes it able for my body to repair faster, and there's just so many things that it helps that I really I can't say this enough, man. It's so important for your body, and as a vegan you don't get any of that. You just don't, and that's why you look like a skeleton, and that's why veganism only works for a certain amount of time, because you essentially starve your body from all these things, and you're not going to get any of it from you could take some pills, but they are only they're not as effective as the real thing. So it's just not going to be good for you. And this is more or less a fact in science, at least. If you look at the effectiveness of plant substitutes to like the real thing, essentially meat, right? They are way less effective than the real thing. And you can look this up. It's pretty easy. Go to Google and find out what is most effective. And also, Bo kind of says it here in the video, like you have to eat so many vegetables to get the same amount of minerals and minerals and vitamins as you get from just a small amount of meat. So it doesn't really compare at all. So yeah. Legion of Men here actually talks about the what he does, and this is I guess we might touch on that here later. Let me just see. No, we'll do that now. So he talks about adding fruit in, and that's actually what we call the Paleolithic diet, which is I guess it's like a predecessor to carnivore diet in a way. In many ways, it is, and I think he's on to something there, because it makes sense. I just crossed the 6th month on my diet, and my original plan was to add in things so that I could experiment with whatever I want to do. I have decided though that I want to continue on carnivore diet for now, and then maybe add some things in. I did test adding berries and like small fruits to my diet earlier, but it didn't really work out for me too well. I got too much of a insulin high, and I stopped losing weight and it was kind of it kind of created too many issues for me that I didn't like, so I kind of cut it out again. But I might try it again at some point and see how that works out for me. Yeah, let me see. Also, I want to point out that fruits that we had 60 years ago are not the same fruits as the ones we have now. They changed the fruits completely by editing their genes and whatever. So the fruits have way more sugar now and have way less seeds, and they are very different than the original fruits were. And maybe that's why my body doesn't agree with it. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening, but yeah, it's not a thing that works out well for me. So he also talks about honey, which I can kind of understand because some carnivores do actually use honey because it is kind of an animal product, but not really. I don't know. It's a little bit unsure because honey is essentially it's bees throw up honey, right? Or like the way that they build the honey. So it's a little bit on the gray side of it. But it's in most circles of carnivore it's accepted, I guess. But it's still sugar, so you need to be careful because it's gonna spike your insulin. So putting honey on your steak and stuff, if you do that, only like do it rarely. I would not do it too often because, as I said, it's still sugar. It might be a simple sugar, which it has a simple sugar crystal, so it's not gonna damage you too much, but it's still gonna damage you. So I just highly recommend not doing honey. It's a little bit sad because if I could do honey, I could actually like make ice cream, like more healthy ice cream, I guess. But I'm not doing it because I don't think it's gonna be good for my body. But I could experiment with it a little bit, and I might do it. But I wouldn't eat it every week. It would be something that I would do like maybe once a month or something, or maybe only on my birthday or something like that. I don't know. It's just not a good idea to add sugar into it. I think that's a bad idea. Legion of Men also does like the thing where he adds a little bit of with the berries and all that. He adds a little bit of carbohydrates, and I'm completely against carbohydrates. I think they are horrible for your body. They will give you a little energy boost if you do a little bit of it, but I don't like pulling your body out of ketosis. So I don't recommend doing that. In my opinion, it doesn't work for my body at least. My body is like I don't know if it's like a hyper carnivore or whatever. I am best when I'm only doing meat and fat. And I might actually at some point I might try out Lion Diet. I'm thinking about it because it might be super beneficial for my body. And now that I'm also I started working out this week, so I'm actually doing workouts 2 times a week, and I'm doing like weightlifting. So hopefully I'm gonna start getting a lot of muscle mass on my body, which is gonna be super interesting to see. For me at least. I'm gonna tell you guys about the progress and all that, how good it is for me. But right off the bat, this first week here, I can tell you guys that I don't have muscle pains as I used to have. It doesn't hurt as much because I'm not drinking or eating sugar, and I'm not drinking or eating caffeine. So it has actually helped out a lot. Like, of course, when I'm training, I can feel that it's like I can feel the pain a little bit, like, right, and then I get to the point where I can't lift anymore, and then I stop, and I can feel it right after the training, but then it like goes away pretty fast. Like as soon as I get home, I eat some meat, I eat some nice fat and meat. The pain almost goes completely away. So I think it's because of the muscles just instantly repairing themselves, and then slowly repairing all the other stuff afterwards. But I don't get muscle pains as I used to get when I was younger, which was quite difficult actually, because whenever I drank an energy drink or something, it actually hurt. Like it gave me a lot of. I didn't know at the time that that was the reason, but I can definitely see now that it is the reason for it. Maybe I should make a video on just this point because it's quite a large subject. But yeah, it's definitely better now, definitely, and I'm super excited to continue my workouts and lose more weight. Hopefully, get everything back to original form. Right, that would be kind of great. I lost before I started this weight training. I did lose 21 kilograms, so I'm down to 89 kilograms right now. So that's going the right way. And now that I start training, I'm probably going to start gaining weight again. So I can't use the weight anymore. So I'm going to just keep an eye on my body and then like try to figure out my fat percent or something like that. I'm going to figure out a way to measure it for sure. So yeah, that's going to be exciting too. But yeah, let's see what else here. Low carbohydrates add to carnivore diet. Yeah, I like to stay in ketosis, so it might not work for most people. I would recommend testing it, but just know that it might be a little bit bad. And then only do it after 6 months. Do like 6 months of carnivore the correct way without any carbohydrates. And then after 6 months, you can start experimenting. That's what I would do anyways. I haven't started experimenting that much yet. The only thing that I know is that if I eat bread, I can't. My stomach just starts hurting a lot. I get the stomach pains and just feel bad. So bread is definitely out for me. Potatoes, I get like back pains of that. Like it just, I don't know what that is, but it definitely doesn't feel good. And also my stomach doesn't like it. So, and then I have to go to the bathroom really often, which is not nice. So definitely not doing potatoes anymore. It's very bad for my body, apparently. There might be some starches involved in that. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a bad feeling, so I'm not doing it. Yeah, let's talk about the vegan diet, shall we? So, I like how Legion of Men says here that like the vegan diet is dog shit. And the reason it's dog shit is because you can't sustain it. So essentially what happens is it's better than the Western diet because you get rid of all the things that are stressing out your body, or most of the things that are stressing out your body anyways. You keep some of them, but you choose the ones that like doesn't stress you out too much. And that makes perfect sense, right? Because almost anything is better than doing the normal Western diet, especially if you have been addicted to sugar like I was. Like anything will be better, right? And yeah, so the main reason that like the vegan diet is so dog shit, because it is super dog shit, is because it screws up your hormones, it throws them out of balance, and your cells won't be able to regenerate correctly or like as well as you can on a carnivore diet. And then over time, it only gets worse and worse, and you will start just feeling horrible. And that's exactly what these two guys explain in the video. That like in the beginning of the vegan diet, it was good, it was fine, it felt good, but then soon after it starts going downhill pretty fast, and that's because you're starving your body. So I can't say it enough, man. The vegan diet is dog shit, and vegans who are like determined to stay on the vegan diet, they are ideologues. Like they do it out of some screwed up ideals that have no place in the real world. Like they don't fit with the real world. It's just a narrative that's spun by corrupt politicians, and I feel bad for these people who actually fall for this dog shit, because it is completely wrong. It's more harmful for the environment. It's more harmful for nature. It's more harmful for the what is it called again? It's more harmful for the animals because you kill tons of birds, you kill tons of smaller animals with your pesticides and all your shit, and it's just really bad. Like I cannot stress this enough. There's a lot of environmental problems with industrial farming, and it's just, you know, if you do meat processing correct, where you have cows actually grazing on fields, and they are like regenerating the soil that they're living on or they're walking on, you're actually helping out nature way more, and you can actually grow things on the fields afterwards, right? So what the vegans are doing is the opposite. They're using chemicals to fertilize and to keep the fields from being barren, to actually make them fertile again. And they are killing tons of animals, and they're creating they're putting pesticides inside the vegetables that you're eating. And because you don't have an extra stomach, you can't you're going to digest all the pesticides, and they're going to get into your body, and it's going to stay there until something happens or you die, whatever it is. Like it is essentially hurting your body, and it's gonna make you age faster too. So don't do vegan diet. You can use it as as a way to like get rid of all the Western diet stuff. But for long-term vegan diets is a bust. It's a dog shit diet. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, it lowers your testosterone, and that's very important as we talked about earlier. So if you're a man, you're gonna have a lot of issues with your testosterone levels, and you're gonna start looking super pale, super thin, and without any energy. And yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of your manhood. Let's just say that. So I definitely don't recommend going into veganism, ugh, which is horrible for your body. Yeah, I think that's what I had to say. It's just not sustainable. It's a dog shit diet. When you eat animals, as a little bonus here, Legion of Men actually talks about the animals that you should be eating. Try to eat, of course, like if you want to have be good to the animals, make sure that you buy from local farmers that are treating their animals well. That's always a good idea. And then go eat the meat from ruminant animals because they can filter out the pesticides in their stomach because they have more stomachs, and they have like a stomach wall that like where they can put it in and they can like extract it from. So highly recommend eating ruminant animals like cows, sheep. I think it's a bison. There's a bunch of other animals too. Goat is also a good one. And they are they taste very differently. So it's a nice way to have some different tastes come into it. But yeah, I think that was most of what I wanted to talk about. There's a bunch of other points in this video that are really good, and I hope you guys got something good out of it. But for now, I think this is gonna be fine. And if you're a vegan out there watching this video, because I know some of you guys I hate watching, please do try out the carnivore diet and drop your ideology, because carnivore diet is biology, and you need to try it out before you should really criticize it. I don't need to try out a vegan diet because it's not biology. It's not rooted in biology at all. It's an ideology. So it's some bullshit. Some bullshit you've been taught because they want to keep you as a slave. That's all it is, man. Like essentially, the companies just want to sell you shitty food. So I hope you get wiser, and I hope everyone else is doing fine, and I hope you guys are enjoying your carnivore diet. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.